The Ark of the Covenant was very special to the Israelites. It was not just a religious artifact, but a symbol of their unique relationship with God. It was a wooden chest covered in gold that held the Ten Commandments. These sacred tablets were inscribed with the laws given to Moses on Mount Sinai. These were the rules God gave his people, guiding them on how to live a life that was pleasing to him. The Ark represented God's presence and his promise to bless them. It was a powerful symbol of faith and divine protection. For many years, the Ark had been kept in the house of Abinadab, away from its rightful place in Jerusalem. This period was seen as a time of separation from God's favor. King David wanted to bring it back. He believed that returning the Ark to Jerusalem would restore the nation's spiritual center. He believed it would unite his kingdom and bring God's blessing to his people. The Ark's return was seen as a pivotal moment for the Israelites. David gathered 30,000 men and went to get the Ark. This grand procession was a testament to the importance of the Ark. They placed it on a new cart, driven by oxen, and set off on their journey. The journey was filled with anticipation and reverence. The people were excited to have God's presence back with them. It was a moment of great joy and celebration. David and the Israelites sang and danced with all their might, playing music and praising God. Their hearts were filled with gratitude and hope. They believed this was a new beginning for their nation. The return of the Ark symbolized a renewed covenant with God and a hopeful future. As the procession made its way, something unexpected happened. The oxen stumbled and the Ark began to tip. A man named Uzzah, who was walking beside the cart, reached out his hand to steady it. God had given specific instructions that the Ark should only be carried by Levites using poles placed through rings on its sides. Uzzah's action, though well-intentioned, was a direct violation of God's command. Uzzah was struck dead on the spot. This tragic event shocked everyone and cast a shadow over the joyous celebration. David was devastated by Uzzah's death. He was afraid and confused. Why had God reacted so harshly? David realized the seriousness of their actions. They had treated the Ark, a symbol of God's holy presence, with disrespect. The people too were filled with fear. They realized that God was not to be trifled with. His presence demanded reverence and obedience. Instead of continuing to Jerusalem, David decided to leave the Ark in the house of Obed-Edom, a Gittite. He wanted time to understand what had happened and how to proceed with the proper respect. The Ark remained in Obed-Edom's house for 3 months, a period that would be remembered for its extraordinary events. During that time, something remarkable happened. The presence of the Ark brought an outpouring of blessings. God blessed Obed-Edom and his household abundantly, showering them with prosperity, health, and joy. The news of these blessings reached David, and he realized that God was pleased with the Ark being treated with reverence in Obed-Edom's home. This was a sign of divine favor. David decided it was time to bring the Ark to Jerusalem, but this time they would follow God's instructions carefully, ensuring every step was taken with utmost respect. Levites were appointed to carry the Ark, using the poles as commanded, adhering strictly to the divine guidelines. David himself, dressed in priestly robes, led the procession, dancing and playing music with all his might, expressing his deep joy and reverence. The journey to Jerusalem became a joyous celebration filled with music, dancing, and sacrifices, a true festival of faith and devotion. This time it was done right, with a heart of reverence and obedience, ensuring that the Ark was honored as it deserved. Finally, the Ark of the Covenant arrived in Jerusalem, a momentous occasion that had been long anticipated by the people. It was placed in a tent that David had prepared for it, a sacred space designated for this holy artifact. The city was filled with joy and celebration as people from all walks of life gathered to witness this historic event. David offered sacrifices to God, thanking him for his presence and blessings and seeking his continued favor for the nation. He then blessed the people, sharing food and rejoicing with them, creating a sense of unity and communal harmony. David's wife, Michal, saw him dancing before the Lord and despised him in her heart, unable to share in the collective joy. She represented those who clung to old ways and failed to understand the significance of God's presence among his people, a stark contrast to the prevailing sentiment. The arrival of the Ark marked a turning point for Israel, symbolizing a new era of divine favor and national identity. It signified God's presence in their midst and their identity as his chosen people. a powerful reminder of their covenant with the divine. The event foreshadowed a greater arrival, that of Jesus Christ, who would bring God's presence to all people, fulfilling the ancient prophecies and bringing hope to the world. Are you ready for the next chapter? Just click here to go straight to it.